Scott Sear is the newly elected MLA for Bonnyville-Cold Lake St. Paul, and he joins me today on Primetime Local News. Mr. Sear, thank you so much for being here with us. Obviously, an exciting couple of weeks here, just elected as MLA. I want to hear from you a little bit about what you're planning to do now coming into these next 4 years, UCP elected in government. What will be the priorities for you?
Thank you, Chase. I'll tell you that for myself, I put a lot of work into it. The last 28 days was getting out there, door knocking, doing meet and greets, making sure that I get out to each and every constituent that I can. And I'll tell you that during that time, I had the opportunity to hear a lot of their concerns, specifically Highway 28, access to healthcare, rural crime. Those are the three big ones that I'm hearing at the doors. And to be honest, I will be very adamant with my cabinet that I want to be part of a solution to these problems and make sure that we see real progression. Now, for our past caucus's credit, or the last over 4 years, we've seen the emergency services wait times starting to decrease. It was difficult during the COVID period. Clearly, we had some of our wait times start to accumulate. I can tell you it's encouraging to see these numbers go down. Over the last 3 years, we hired on an additional 1,400 nurses, foreign nurses that came into Alberta, and we accelerated them through the accreditation process, and we're looking to do something similar with our doctors. This is exciting for all of us because we want to see our level of healthcare increase. Rural crime is one of the big ones for us, being so far from a major center, because the major centers have got reaction times of probably less than 10 minutes. Probably in a lot of cases, it's even less than 5 minutes. In our case, you're seeing an average of, depending on where you're at, probably half an hour to an hour if you're away from a major center. So the fact that I'm hearing from some of our farmers that the husband and wife or the wife has to stay at home to be able to protect their property, it shows that there's a real problem. This is something we haven't had to do before. So what I am looking to do is making sure that Justin Trudeau, who has created this revolving door of in and out when it comes to bail, we start pushing back, saying that these criminals need to be left in jail to answer for their crimes. We need to start treating the criminal like a criminal and the victim like a victim. These victims are not being heard right now.
Now, you're no stranger, I'm sure, to people in your region. You were the MLA in the past. You didn't run in the last provincial election. Came back and you challenged Dave Hansen for the UCP nomination. Why did you want to get back involved in provincial politics?
Well, I can tell you that for myself, I had 2 young daughters at the time. I don't believe people realize how much effort goes into becoming an MLA. For myself, it's both feet in or both feet out. And what happened is that I wanted to spend time with my family. I've been working as an accountant for a lot of years, so it was an easy transition back into accounting. I will tell you that now my oldest is turning 18, my youngest is turning 14 this year, so they're quite a bit older than they were, and this frees up some time that I can really advocate for our local constituency, be their voice, if you will, for Edmonton. I did jump in. It was a close race between the nomination. It was 1 vote difference. We made provincial news on that. We went through a recount, and it showed that the process was strong in our local region. We went in up a vote, and we came out with up a vote after the recount was done. It just shows that the UCP really has a good strong system. It's in deciding how its nominations are done, and I'm looking forward to moving on to the general election, where we had a sweeping victory, if you will, against the NDP in our local area. I will say that the NDP candidate, I'm very thankful that she had put her name forward. It's tough to do, especially in a very strong constituency that's weighted towards the Conservatives. But she went out there, she door knocked. We met on the forums and debates. And for the most part, it was a positive campaign, and that's what people want to hear.
Danielle Smith, she came in as leader under a year ago. Now she has this new mandate. I know it's only been a little while, but I don't know if you guys have had a caucus meeting yet, but what has your interaction with the new premier been like? And are you optimistic about the next 4 years of a unity within the party and really moving forward as a united Conservative Party?
Danielle Smith over the last 7 months has worked very diligently to unite the party because we had started to fracture again, and that's not good for the Conservative, the center right, if you will. We need to see a good, strong policy, and all we've seen through the NDP policy is that they end up being very divisive, and they end up collapsing our economy, which is what we saw from 2015 to 2019. For Bonnyville-Cold Lake at the time, I was seeing every fourth or fifth house for sale empty, and that's something that we had never seen before. And I'll say that it was a long-lasting recession, something else we hadn't ever seen. So for our area, you can bet with my sweeping win again of over 75%. This was a strong mandate for me to go as a United Conservative to Edmonton to make sure that we continue to voice our concerns that our oil and gas is something we need to be proud of.